What's up guys, Zookeepers here and welcome back to another Fortnite creative tutorial. So in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how to make prop hunt in Fortnite creative, how to make it work, the correct settings and a few other tips to make your prop hunt a lot more fun than anybody else's. And yeah, so let's just jump straight into it. Just a quick edit into the video here. I have forgot to do the spawns in this video, so I'm going to be showing you guys how to do the prop spawns and the hunter spawns. Basically, I have the hunter spawns on the edge of the map here, so it takes them longer to go around the map. You want 8. I have 8 just because it's 8 versus 8 on this map. You want your teams to be on 2 for the hunter's side. You want it to be on primary there. That's the only settings you want to change. And then you need to block off the door so that the hunters cannot go out straight away. So what I use is a barrel, an explosive device, and then you just want to put it on these settings that I have here, and you want it on detonation 30 seconds. You can also make it invincible to blow up, but I have it on 5,000 just for a joke. But you can have it on invincible and have it blow up after 30 seconds. So you want the hunters to stay in their room for 30 seconds while the props get those 30 seconds to hide around the map. Let's go and show you the prop spawns real quick so you can see exactly how that works. So here is the prop room. You want these settings on team 1 primary, or you want that on primary. I forgot to change that on that one. On all of them actually, but that's what you want. You want it on primary, team 1 in the prop room and team 2 in the hunter's room. Anyway, that is how to do spawns in prop hunt. Enjoy the rest of the video. As you can see, this is my prop hunt that I've been working on. We'll start with the game settings. So what you want to do is you want to press pause my island and then come onto this. The first thing you want to do is go on game, voice chat on teams. You want 2 because there's only going to be hunters and the props. You want 1 spawn so that they cannot respawn when they die. You want them to, when they die, to go to spawn, to spectate. You want as many rounds as you want. So rounds are basically 1 round you're props, the next round you'll be a hunter. I have 2 rounds on this specific prop hunt just because that's all it needed. You want team rotation on every round so that the hunter team can become the props on the next round to make it fair. Time limit, you want that on anything you want. On this specific prop hunt, I have it on 10 minutes because that's around the right time. But if you've got a smaller map, you want it on 5 minutes so that there's like it doesn't get boring for people searching and stuff. All these, just read it off the screen. Pause the video whenever you need to. I'll try and go as slow as possible so that you can see everything. Join in progress, you want that on spectate. You don't want people to join straight away. Spawn pads, that doesn't really matter. Auto start, I would have that on 30 seconds so that it's not the host that has to start the game, just in case the host isn't there. Out of bounds, that doesn't really matter. Spectating other teams, make sure that is off because then the hunters cannot spectate the props when one of the hunters is dead and then cheat for the rest of the hunters. Otherwise that would not be fair, so make sure to turn that off. Moving on to the game settings, this doesn't really matter either, but I do have it on daytime just so it's visible and it's light. Fog, you can do whatever you want with all that. Starting health, do whatever you want with that, that doesn't matter. You want to turn infinite ammo off just in case you're using boogie bombs and stuff like that so that they do not have infinite boogie bombs. Infinite resources, you can have that on if you want people to build in the game, but I have it off. You can see my settings right here for building. I have every single one of them off except for environment damage. This is one thing that makes it a realistic prop hunt. So anyway, in fact, let me just say this. Everything that you've just seen is how to make the prop hunt map. So any settings after this are just added on settings that I use just to make my prop hunt a little bit better. So anyway, moving on. You want to put environment damage on and use these settings that I'm going to be showing you guys in a second so that when the hunters are searching around the map, if they hit the wrong prop, it will damage the hunter. So they won't be able to hit all the props around the map and spam shoot everything because they'll get damaged for it. So that's how to make a realistic prop hunt like the other games like Gmod and stuff. When they shoot a target that isn't a prop, they get damaged for it. So that's this setting. You want environment damage on so that they can destroy props and get damaged for it. Pickaxe building damage, you want that on default. Down but not out, that doesn't matter. Keep items when eliminated, you want them to keep it and do not drop those items. Allow items to be dropped, no, because then the hunters could pick up the prop gun and that would not be good. Allow item pickup off. Respawn time doesn't matter because you're not respawning. Fall damage, you can do whatever you want to that. Gravity, that, and you can do whatever you want to that too. Glider redeploy, that's your options. Moving down to this damage options. So what you want to do is come to the bottom of game settings for the hunters to be damaged when they hit the wrong prop. And what you want to do is you want to put damage self on hit amount. I put it on 10 just so that they have 10 targets that they can hit before they die. Or 10 wrong targets that they can hit before they die. But you can put it on whatever you want really. As much damage you want them to take. Damage self requires non-zero damage. You want that on yes. Damage self target filter non-players. Because you don't want to hit a player and still take damage. That would not make sense. Damage self weapon filter. That means if you hit something with a pickaxe, you'll only take damage because you've hit it with a pickaxe. So you want that on all so that you get damage from shooting at props too. And allow manual respawning. That doesn't matter, but I have it on just in case one of the hunters or props get stuck and then they can kill themselves. Anyway, moving on to the rest of the settings. The UI settings do not matter. These can be your own thing. You can do whatever you want to them. And then the rest are just normal stuff. So that is how to make Propon, and a little extra tip to make your Propon more realistic there. I'm going to show you guys, well, 2 more tips to make it more interesting and replayable. One of those would be add coins to your map. And actually I'll show you the options for this. Make the coins so that only team 1 can collect them. So you want to change those 2 settings there to team 1 and team. You want to do that to every single coin so that the hunters can't collect the coins. And then what you want to do is spawn down the inventory spawners. I believe I placed mine over here. Let's quickly just get to them real quick. You want to place down the inventory spawners. Pick what team you want the gun to go to, and then go down in the options in here, change this to collect 10 items or however many coins you want the props to collect on your map. I have it on 10 because that's quite a nice amount for them to collect. And then also you want an inventory spawner for team 2 to place all their guns. You can choose whatever guns you want for the hunters, that's completely your decisions. But yeah, you want to add coins to your maps so it gives the hunters something to, the props something to do on the map rather than sitting around and camping. Another thing I do recommend is putting a basic storm controller onto your map. So I'll just throw it down and show you guys how to use it. You want to pick it up, put it wherever you want the storm to end. So as you can see in BR, the storm ends in a specific location. So for this specific storm, I will place it here just so you can see the outline. So that's your storm, that's where it starts, there's a little outline there. So what you want to do with this is you want to make that circle bigger than your map so that the storm doesn't start inside the map. So I'm going to go to 200 meters, that's what I usually do, because that's a nice big area for the storm to start coming in. Then what you want to do is change the settings here. Wait time, I always put that on the time that you put the game on. So my game lasts 10 minutes. So you want the wait time to last 10 minutes. Resize time, you want that on, I have it midway through the game so that the storm starts coming in at 5 minutes. And then I'll have this delay time at like 3 minutes so that the game will end at 7 minutes. So that there's plenty of time in the game for the hunters to find the props and for the storm to come in too. So it will take 5 minutes for the storm to spawn and then 3 minutes for the storm to come in. That's how the storm works, and I really recommend it for big maps such as this one, to bring the props out from camping and to the hunters. You can also win by being a prop with the storm, so it's not too OP, but it does bring everyone out from camping and stuff like that. Anyway guys, I do hope this video helped you. Leave a like if it did. Don't forget to subscribe for more tutorials. Let me know what you want to know and what you want me to build and teach you guys how to build for another video in the comments section. Leave a like, subscribe for more, click that bell so you get notified when I upload, because I try to upload every day. And yeah, I've got a ton of maps coming out. I cannot wait to show you guys, and I'll see you all in the next one.